So I wanted to make an update video on how well these fake Joy-Cons are doing. So they've been holding up really well so far, and these ones are the real Joy-Cons. And ever since I made that video about these fake Joy-Cons, I haven't used regular Joy-Cons ever since. Not because they're better, but just to test out how well they do. So first we're going to try out the real Joy-Cons. As you can see, they're just normal Joy-Cons. These are pretty smooth, but yeah, they're just regular Joy-Cons. While these fake Joy-Cons, you can see they register as normal Joy-Cons, and they play the same, but the sticks have a little less give than the real Joy-Cons. They're a little more stiff. Same with the buttons. They're more clicky and I guess hard versus these that are kind of soft. And after a year or however long it's been, as you can see, there's no drift. We can make sure they have no drift. So going into calibrate control sticks, you can see they center perfectly every time. Still works perfectly fine. Even the right Joy-Con. After a year for most Joy-Cons, I probably couldn't say the same. One person asked if they have motion controls, so we're going to test that out using Mario Kart. Also, these shoulder buttons are a lot louder and clickier. And the vibration on this is extremely loud and annoying compared to Joy-Cons. So this is just playing with the Joy-Cons, no motion controls enabled, works fine. And with motion controls on, it does work. It has motion controls. See, it's really loud. But yes, it does have motion controls. So with regular Joy-Cons, if you play on the TV, it's usually fine. Sometimes these don't work very well if Nintendo Switch is below the TV. While these, you have to be pretty close to the Nintendo Switch for it to work well. Otherwise, it's pretty bad. The next thing I want to do is take these apart to see how they look inside. I want to see what's different about these versus regular Joy-Cons. And these do not have infrared cameras on the bottom here. This is just a piece of plastic, although almost nothing uses it anyway. These also feel a lot lighter, and here it is. Here's one I'm going to take apart. This one works fine. I'm also going to weigh these to see how much heavier regular Joy-Cons are, because this feels a lot heavier. They use the same tri-ring screws. Also, Nintendo screws are not magnetic, while these ones are. So here's the inside of a normal Joy-Con. This is the right side. So you have your infrared camera here, vibration motor, motherboard, and Nintendo battery. Also this board for the buttons on the side. While on this fake Joy-Con, it's the same. I mean, this board looks a little different. There's no infrared camera. Vibration motor is a lot smaller. On the Nintendo Joy-Con, you can see it's a vibration motor with a little piece of foam surrounding it. While this, it's a vibration motor with a giant piece of foam over it. So this is mostly just foam, and I guess that's why it feels so heavy and not like this. The battery capacity on the Nintendo is 525 milliamps, 500 milliamps. So it's a tiny bit smaller, but basically the same. You'd see the boards do look slightly different. Most of these parts might be interchangeable. I think I also want to take apart the left side just to see if there's any difference between them. Here it is, pretty much looks the same as the other side. Not really any difference. And here's the left side of the real Joy-Con. I guess the plugs are different. This uses much smaller connections, and like that cable was going in sideways, while this is all standing up and they're much bigger. The ribbon cables look to be the same. They might be interchangeable. That's pretty much the only difference between them internally. So that's it between them. And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.